Valley Huskers open their season at home on Sunday against the Vancouver Island Raiders, and Bob Reist, head coach of the Huskers, good enough to join me now. And Bob, how's the Valley been with the heat this week? Are you guys surviving this heat wave right now?
Yeah, it's been hot. I mean, it's been low to mid 30s most of the week locked in, but I mean, we've been getting the guys pretty acclimatized to that, and making sure they're hydrated and preaching that throughout the week. And there hasn't been much of an issue at all.
What did you see from your club as you went through your camp and put them through the paces, starting to install your playbook? How did you like the development of this group leading into week one here?
I mean, progression is what we saw throughout camp. I think from where we started to where we are now heading into week one of the season, I think we've progressed quite a bit. We're pretty happy with where we're at right now. Obviously, in week one, there's still some things we're trying to iron out, and we're waiting to see what happens when live bullets fly. But, I think we're prepared to go into week one. We're pretty happy with our preparation.
That joint practice you guys held with the Rams, I talked to Coach Snoop about it already, and he really enjoyed that process. Is that something that you would advocate maybe for other BCFC clubs to try out in the future?
Yeah, I mean, it most certainly worked for us. I'm not one to tell other clubs what to do with their programs, but it certainly worked for us. And thanks to Coach Snoop for helping put that together. I thought it was a great opportunity for both clubs to, get in some action, some live competition against, a different colored jersey. And we did a good job of making sure it was organized and controlled, and it was a very positive experience, I'm sure, for both clubs.
You had two players get really a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And Keegan Bicklin and Josh Robinson, they got to go down to Mexico, play for their country, win a gold medal at the U19 World Championships. What has that done for them as players, and what were some of the experiences that they brought back with them?
I mean, for sure, it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I mean, they won a gold medal. The experience of winning a championship. Things like that. Those are lifetime experiences that help you along the way. And winning a championship and being around guys that know how to win is invaluable to you. So I think they took a lot of lessons back from that experience and brought them right into camp, where they both came in fine form and caught right up to where they need to be.
What's the goal for your team this year, Bob? I mean, I'm sure that you're the type of coach that comes out and says, guys, this is where we need to be. This is where I want to achieve this year. What is it right now for this club heading into 2018?
I mean, our goal as a program, I mean, we don't set, wins or loss goals. Our goal for the program is to be the best, and that's what we've said since day one, and that's what we continue to preach. Are we there yet? Probably not, but I mean, we're going to test it out on week one, but our goal, absolutely, without a doubt, is to be the best, and we continue to grow towards that goal, day by day throughout the off season, throughout training camp. So that's the approach we take. We're not looking at this as, hey, at the end of the year, I want to be, so-and-so. We want to take this and grow it every day and continue to be, work towards being the best program. So I'm not, and that's our goal.
How much of your preparation for week one is at all involved with the VI Raiders? I mean, obviously, you don't have any film. You're not going to know much about them here going into it. Is it one of those classic cliche ones, we focus on ourselves?
I mean, no, I don't think you're just focusing on yourselves. I think you're crazy if you're not doing the background on your opponent. We most certainly look at things that VI runs. Do we expect their playbook to be exactly the same? No, but we do, expect them to be who they are, and in that sense, you study kind of what you've seen in the past and you prepare for the unknown. It is week one. There are no tendencies this year or anything like that, like you say, but you got to be as prepared as you can possibly be. And we know personnel that they have there and prepare for that. And, and then, yeah, sure, the do what you do. I think that's part of, our process, no matter who we're playing.
If you can pick maybe one guy, or if you can narrow it down that much on maybe either side of the ball, or even just maybe one guy on your team who you think is going to leave a major mark on the league, not just be big for your team, but really impact this league this year. Is there any names you can toss out there?
Yeah, there's a lot of names I could toss out there. I mean, most certainly, I think Julian, we've talked about him multiple times in the off season, but I can't say enough. The kid is who he is. He's a outstanding quarterback. And I expect the impact from him to be felt in the league, no doubt. Anthony Dick is a receiver that I think has an outstanding chance to be very impactful this year. And there's a lot of guys on the defensive side of the ball too. But I mean, Julian, if you ask me to name one, I guess that's probably it. But we have a few guys that we think can impact.
Bob, I appreciate your time as always. I really enjoy catching up with you, and best of luck for week 1. And we'll chat again next week.
Awesome, appreciate it. Always a pleasure. Thanks.